Very good morning, students. Today we are going to see in Civics Unit 1 Woman Empowerment. So, woman empowerment is nothing but it is making the women stronger by their individuality and through their capacity. Now we are going to see the introduction part. Feminism is not about making women stronger. So, feminism is not making women stronger. Women are stronger by their birth itself. It is about changing the way how the world looks the woman. So, feminism is nothing but making women stronger. Though women are stronger, how the world look towards the woman. The story of women struggles for equality. So, women are struggling for many equality, and that does not belong to only a single feminist. It belongs to a collective of feminists who care about human rights. You educate a man, you educate a man, you educate a woman, you educate a generations. So if you are educating a woman means you are educating a generation. To call the woman a weaker sex is a liable. So we cannot able to call the woman as a weaker sex, and it is a liable. It is man's injustice to woman. So it is what the injustice made by the man to the woman, and that was said by Mahatma Gandhi. So according to the introduction, so women are stronger by birth itself. It is the way how the world look towards the woman, and women are struggling for many equalities, and it does not belong to only a single woman. It belongs to a collective of women. And you educate a woman means you are educating a generation. According to Gandhiji, to call a woman sex, to call woman the weaker sex is a liable. So women are not weaker sex, they are stronger, and it is an injustice made by the man to woman. We are going to see about social aspects of gender. In sociology, we make a distinction between sex and gender. So sex is nothing but it is a biological trait that is used to categorize whether they are male or female. So sex is a biological trait that is used to classify whether they are either male or female. When people often talk about the difference between men and women, they are often drawing on sex. So when they are talking about a woman or a man, they are considering directly to the sex. Now we are going to see what is called gender. Gender is more fluid. It may or may not depend upon biological trait. So it may or may not depend upon biological trait. More specifically, it is a concept that describes how societies determine and manage sex categories. So, it is a thing that describes how society determine and manages the sex categories. Gender is also determined by what an individual feels and does. So, gender is also determined by what an individual feel and does. So, we know there are so many male, female, and transgenders are there. So it is what how individuals identify, including their identities. So gender is nothing but how individual understand their identity, including but not limited to being a man, woman, and transgender. So sex is a biological triad which says what society whether they are either a male or a female, whereas gender is nothing but it says how the individual understand their identity, but within their limit it may being a man or a woman or a transgender. So it depends upon their feeling. The essential factors for empowerment are education. So education gives one the ability to think wisely. So it gives the one to think wisely and take thought decisions. It also makes them to take decisions, thoughtful decision. The next factor is gender discrimination. A society which discriminates between two gender can never be empowered. So if they are differentiating between two gender, they cannot be never be empowered. Discrimination based on caste, creed, religion, etc. So these are some of the essential factors for empowerment. So education, gender discrimination, whether they are differentiating between the two genders, and third one based on caste, creed, religion, etc. Education. Education is one of the most important mean for strengthening the woman with the knowledge, skill and self-confidence necessary to participate fully in the development process. So education plays a vital role in empowering women in developing their knowledge as well as their self-confidence and to actively participate in the outward process. More than 40 years ago, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights asserted that everyone has a right to education. So, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights have made that everyone has a right to do education. Educating a girl child produces mother. So, who are educated and who in turn will educate their children, care for their families. So, if you are educating a one single child male, you are able to educate a generation. The girl child needs to be educated to acquire knowledge and skills needed to advance their status for social interaction and self improvement. So we have to educate a girl child in order to improve her status for social interaction and self improvement. Next we are going to see the unmatched importance of female education. First one, increased literacy. Out of the illiterate youth across the globe, so across the world of the illiterate youth, nearly 63% are female. So 63% of female are illiterate. Offering all children education will prop up literacy rates. So 63% of the world have uneducated women. So offering them education will prop up the literacy rate, pushing forward development in struggling regions. Human trafficking. So trafficking is nothing but the act of buying or selling people. Manida Kadattal. Women are most vulnerable to trafficking when they are uneducated and poor. According to the United Nations Interagency Project, human trafficking, through providing young girls with opportunities and fundamental skills, human trafficking can be significantly underdetermined. So, trafficking is nothing but it is the act of buying or selling a people. So the United Nations had suggested that giving opportunities to young girl and developing their fundamental skills, the human trafficking can be significantly underdetermined. Next, nothing but political representation. Across the globe, women are underrepresented as voters and restricted from political involvement. So they are given as voting rights and they are restricted from political involvement. The United Nations Women Program on Leadership and Participation suggested that civic education and training all around empowerment will reduce this gap. So the United Nations Women Program on Leadership suggested that giving them civic education will able to reduce the gap. Next we are going to see about thriving babies. So thriving babies is nothing but very likely and profitable success. So thriving is nothing but very likely and profitable, and it is nothing but successful. According to United Nations Girls Education Initiative, children of educated mother. So according to the National Girls Education, that United National Girls Education Initiative, children of educated mother are twice as likely to survive the past of age 5. So they are able to survive, withstand the age of 5. Next one is later marriage. suggested by the United Nations Population Fund in underdeveloped countries. So suggested by United Nations Population Fund in underdeveloped countries, 1 in every 3 girl is married before the age of reaching 18. So they are getting married before the age of 18. In a region where girl receives 7 or more years of education, the wedding date is delayed by 4 years. So in a region where a child receives 7 or more years of education, the wedding date is delayed by 4 years. Next, we are going to see about income potential. Education also increases women earning capability. So it increases women earning capability. So according to the UNESCO, United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, a single year of primary education has shown to increase a girl wage later in life by 20%. So if a girl is educating under a primary education, it has given a development of 20% in their later wages. So in their later 20 years later life, it has given 20% of income for them. We are going to see about prospering GDP. The gross domestic product also rises when both girl and boy are being offered educational opportunities. So when both girls and boys are being offered educational opportunity, the GDP gets increases. When 10% more women attended school, GDP increases by 3% on average. Next one is poverty reduction. When women are providing with equal rights and equal access to education, so they must be given equal rights and equal access to education, they go on to participate in economic activity. So they will continuously process in economic activity. Increased earning power leads to reduction in poverty level. So increased earning power leads to reduction in the poverty level. That is nothing but poverty is nothing but earning capacity, and it will also increases the earning power. So when women are able to actively participate in the economic activity, the income also increases and the poverty level will not be reduced. Factors responsible for poor female literacy rate. So some of the factors are gender based inequality. Because of the inequality created between the male and female genders, there are some problems responsible for poor female literacy rate. Social discrimination and economic exploitation. So social discriminations like gender biases and caste creed and economic exploitation are some of the reason for poor female literacy rate. Occupation of a girl child in domestic courses. So they are domestic purpose, they are occupating a girl child. Because of that reason, female are less educated. Low enrollment of girls in schools. So only few girl children are getting enrolled, admitted into the schools. Low retention rate and high dropout rate. So low retention rate is nothing but only few female or girls female are able to join into the school, and more amount of dropout outcoming females are more in the school. So because of these reasons, there are so many factors that affects the female literacy rate. Role of women in the economic development. Empowerment is one of the main procedural concern when addressing human right and development. Women empowerment and gender equality is essential for the society to ensure sustainable development of the country. Benefits of economic empowerment of women. Women economic empowerment is very important thing to realize the women rights and gender equality. Empowering women in the economic. So if you are empowering a woman in the economic and bridging a gender gap in the world of work, and bridging a gender gap in the world of work are the key to achieve the agenda of sustainable development. When more women work, economic grows. And n number of women are working, the economic grow. Increasing women and girls education attainment contribute to, so increasing the women's education and attainment contributes to women economic empowerment and more inclusive economic growth. It is estimated that companies with 3 or more women in senior management function, so it is estimated, it has been analyzed that company with 3 or more women in senior management function scores higher in all dimension of organizational performance. They score more values in all dimension of organizational performance. Need for economic empowerment of women. Women are more likely to be unemployed than men. So, women are more likely to be unemployed. So, in nowadays, women are more likely to be unemployed than men. Women are overrepresented in informal and vulnerable employment. So, they are not overrepresented in some vulnerable employment places. Globally, women are paid less than men. So, across the world, women are paid less wages than the men. Women bear disproportionate responsibility for unpaid care and domestic work. So, women bear disproportionate responsibility for unpaid care and domestic work. Women are less likely than men to have access to financial institutions or have a bank account. So, the need for economic empowerment of women has been stated that women are less likely to have financial access than men, such as having a bank account, etc. Women are still less likely to have access to social protections. So, they have less likely attention to social protection. Violence and harassment in the world of work affects. So, because of the violence and harassment in the world of work affects the world of work affects women regardless of age, location, income or social status.